Okay, good day, guys. Good day to you all. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. Thanks for being here. We are doing a preview today. I can't even say a big upcoming game because, to be honest with you, it's not really that big. To be honest with you, it's not big because the Reggae Boys are basically out of it. I think everybody has now arrived at that conclusion. It's not mathematically impossible, but it's basically done. But we still have to talk about it nonetheless because we are Reggae Boys fans, always have been and always will be. Nothing will change, not even a failed Gold Cup campaign. And truth be told, we're supposed to use the failed Gold Cup campaigns by now. This is not the first, and it certainly won't be the last. Clinical, big up, man, big up. Thanks for being here. So we still have to talk about it. Very disappointing. Very disappointing that at this stage of the campaign with 4 games left, right? And it's basically done for us with 4 games left. Very disappointing. Very sad. But we can't blame our. We didn't play good football at all. We didn't play good football at all. Carl Campbell, big up yourself, Formula. Yeah, man, big up, Carl, big up. But we really and truly, we have to sit down as a nation and really, all stakeholders alike, fans, administrators, coaches, players, we need to sit down and we need to try and identify, right, the issues at hand. Right? We need to really seriously sit down and try to identify the issues at hand as to why our World Cup qualifying campaign is so wretched, is so terrible, right? We really need to do that, man. Honestly, we really need to do that because for such a talented group of players, and yes, we're not the best team in Concacaf, but we are one of the best, right? Think about it. We're in 7th place, right? I can tell you, Panama, we have a better team than Panama. We have a better team than Costa Rica. We have a better team than El Salvador. And all of those teams are ahead of us in the table. And they're performing far better than us, even if they're not getting the result. The game today is at 7 p.m. Right? I personally will be starting my watch along at probably around 6:30. But the game is at 7. Right? I hope you guys still gonna tune in, I hope you guys still tuning in, even though, all hope is lost. We still have to support the boys. We still have to support the boys. I saw an article in the Gleaner where Paul Hall is blaming mistakes on our wretched World Cup qualifying campaign thus far. It's not only mistakes, it's a number of things. It's a number of things. When just trying to look up this Costa Rican team coming into this game, I realized something, guys. I realized something in looking up this Costa Rican team. And what I realized was that, especially in midfield, quite a number of their players in midfield, right, are players that are relatively new to the Costa Rican setup. So we are here sitting and saying that, oh, we introduced a lot of new players to the campaign. Yes, that is true. During the campaign and right before it as well, we introduced a number of new players from across the pond, and we are here saying that that is one of the main reasons why the team is struggling. It's struggling for cohesion, it's struggling to gel, but yet still Costa Rica, they seem, as a matter of fact, the players that they have, injected into their team in recent times, it has seemed to improve their team, right? So they have had players that have made debuts in this World Cup qualifying campaign. They have also had players that have made, and I'm talking players that have been starting some of the last couple of games for them, right? They have also had players that have been, who have, like, for instance, they had a friendly, if memory serves right, they had a friendly right before the second round of qualifiers began, right? That was after they played us the first time around. And they had some debutants in that as well that have gone on to be starting in the World Cup qualifying campaign, right? And they had some players that, even though they would have made their debuts from before the World Cup qualifying campaign, they didn't play a lot of games for Costa Rica, probably like 2-3 games before the World Cup qualifiers. And even players that, would have been introduced in the semi-final round of the Nations League, right? And would have gone to the Gold Cup as well, but didn't even get a lot of game time, but yet still, is starting to feature heavily for Costa Rica in this World Cup qualifying round so far. So my thing is, when I'm really looking at this Costa Rican team, right, and I'm talking it's mainly midfielders, it's mainly the midfield. I think the Costa Ricans realized that the old guard, the likes of Brian Ruiz and what name, Borges him name, right, and Oviedo and those guys, I think they realized that, especially the old guard in midfield wasn't going to get them to Qatar. And they started shaking things up a bit. And most of these players that they have been injecting, who are relatively new, are players that play in the Costa Rican League, a league where Javan is dog up already, a league that I think Shavan Messi March is doing his thing over in playing well over in Costa Rica as well, right? That is the league that these players are from, and most of them are from the Costa Rican League. Young bloods in the Costa Rican League too. Me talk teenagers, some of them in the guys. Me talk teenagers like 17, 18, 19, 21 young players. So can we really say that, we're not the only country that is injecting new players into our squad for this World Cup qualifying, but yet still it has improved Costa Rica. The reason why I looked into it, guys, is because I was watching the Costa Rica versus Panama game, right? And I'm saying to myself, there is no way that this is the same team. There is absolutely no way that this is the same team that is playing Panama in this game, right? That played us in Costa Rica back in the first round. Absolutely no way. There has to be different personnel. And I say that because when I was watching the game, just the mobility of the players in midfield, the Costa Rican midfield in that Panama game looked like a real engine. Looked like a real engine, like they were closing down people quickly, a lot of mobility, right? Heavy work rate, etc., etc. And I'm saying to myself, this has to be a different midfield, right? Or, in terms of from a personal standpoint. And when I looked into it, for the, if memory serves me right, it was an entirely different midfield than what played us in Costa Rica, right? Most of the players were relatively new to the Costa Rican campaign. Some of them making debuts in the qualifiers. So, and I see Shaquille say it here, it all boils down to us not having a system. We can't introduce no players if we don't have a recognized system to put them in. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Paul Hall has a system, right? Paul Hall has a system. Yes, the country itself does not have a recognized system of play. You're spot on, Shakwi, right? But Paul Hall has a system, and we saw elements of that system, a lot of it in the first half in Peru, where you could see that it was a system. That you could actually see the system in place. You could see the roles and functions of the respective players, right? The formations in the different moments, the shapes in the different moments, the patterns of play, the patterns of movements, the tactics, etc. You could see all of that. So my thing is, if Paul Hall has a system, right, and these relatively new players to the campaign have already played a couple of games for us in the campaign thus far, why when Paul Hall, step in and is now the coach, things not improve? Right? Things not improve to me, in the World Cup qualifiers, People, I can't wrap my head around it. It just don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. So yes, we don't have a recognized national system in place, Shaquille. But Paul Hall has a system. So why Costa Rica is introducing players? Why is Costa Rica introducing players, right, in the qualifiers and having success? Relatively new players, especially in their midfield, right? And we are balls say, at the injection of players, into the campaign, not giving them a good run of games leading up to the campaign is what is causing the lack of cohesion. Seeing, is that what caused Kemar, Taximan, Lawrence to make that back pass to Mariappa and not move into space to be an out ball to ease the pressure on him? But yet still when I watch Taxi both Anderlecht and also Toronto, and when he was at New York, I don't see him do them things there. Right? Basic footballing common sense. You see the two players them are press and get to Mariappa very quickly. Right? So it's about move into space to be the out ball. Seeing? Those are just common sense things. Boy, I don't know. Let me read some of the comments here, man. We can read some of the comments, man, because we are trying to make sense out of nonsense. See? By the way, Shaquille, big up, man, big up. Much respect, boss. Much respect. The current JFF administration needs to go too many old heads, not enough forward thinking. I agree. But I think most of the individuals calling the shots in the JFF, I think them know them head top different from them foot bottom regards to anything, whether business, whether football administration, whether anything to do with football. I think them really, I think them have it, sir. I think them have it at all. Goon, big up, boss, big up, much respect, Goon. Yeah, man, up Formula Sports, big up, Goon. Thanks for being here, man. Always I give the channel a strength, man. It's much appreciated as always, man. Forgive me if you hear rain in the background, guys. Rain kind of pouring up. Coach, go on, boss. Boy, so I not hear back from them. Coach, I not hear back from them. Me send in the thing, man, and I check my emails and I not see nothing. So I am presuming that I was not, granted. I am apparently not, I'm not media. I don't know. But I check my email still, coach. I'm not see nothing. Probably me apply too late. Because when I did link, then that time I did apply on I hear back from them, so I don't know. Jamaica 2, Costa Rica 0, Mexico 3, Panama 0, USA 6, Honduras 0, Canada 3, El Salvador 2. You see El Salvador scored 2 goals for Canada. Robert Allen, big up. Boy, I don't know if I see El Salvador scored 2 goals for Canada, you know. Well, to be fair though, it is going to be down in El Salvador, you know. Hey, the last time El Salvador but Canada, you know, man, it never pretty, you know. It never pretty at all. Man, then go down a beam of field and Canada run over them in like the first 25-30 minutes, man. I say El Salvador couldn't breathe. Where the man them just stifle the life out of them, man. What is your game plan? What is our on the field game plan? It depends. It depends, Karum. Are we taking this game seriously, or are we just, you know, honoring our fixtures? Seeing that we are doing our boss, are we taking this game seriously? Will the likes of a Mikel Antonio start? Seeing, I mean, we have to ask ourselves that question, right? I mean, they're vulnerable down the flanks. We know that. So, you know, that is one thing that we can take advantage of. But honestly, I'm watching this game as a fan, Karoom, you know, still supporting the boys, yes, but, you know, I don't think nobody really take that game seriously, man, honestly. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Why I look so worried when the opponent score, him look scared. Who that? Who looks scared? Paul Oliver assist him, come formula. Come on, man, Karoom, let us be real. You saw elements of the system. You could see the patterns of movement in the Peru first half. You could see the interchanging taking place, right? You could see the patterns of play, some of the link up that was taking place involving the likes of a Fletcher and a Lamar Walker and a Vassell, right? And Beckford, right? And the fullbacks as well, right? You could see the movement of the fullbacks, the underlapping, the overlapping, right? You could see elements of the system, man. I mean, yes, to be fair, they never really have the players to really fully execute it, you know, as best as he would have wanted to. But you could at the very least see what he was trying to do, Karoom. Karoom, you must never watch the Peru first half, then. Find the Peru game, then watch the first half, Karoom. You could see the pressing, right? You could see the pressing, right? You could see the pressing and the counter pressing. You could see what he was trying to do, man. You not see it now qualifiers, me gear that. You not see it now qualifiers at all. Richard said them head tough. But them head not tough for club, Richard. I don't more often know. Like, yo, we really need to get to the bottom of this, you know, people. We really need to, because my thing is, yo, I not see them ball at play so for club. Seeing how them look so trash for country. How El Salvador, with for them squad, which is an inferior squad to us, is above us in the table. Seeing how Panama, with an inferior squad to us, is above us in the table. How Costa Rica, with an inferior squad, is ahead of us in the table, man. Boy, no, how they made not tough for club, Richard. So why they made tough for country? Smash the like button, guys. Free and easy way to support. Karoom, Paul all of our system, when you find it, tell me. And I would agree with you. In the qualifiers, we never see it. Paul, Karoom, you're a coach. I just drop a link in a Karoom. I don't know, probably you're there at work or so. Probably you can't jump on right now. But me love to hear your opinion on this in a Karoom, being a coach. Is it a case that he might not have had enough time is it a case that he might not have had enough time in the World Cup qualifiers to really and truly be able to implement that system with the World Cup qualifying squad? Because remember, you know, he did make it sure to point out in one of his pre-match press conferences, you know, that, you know, he didn't have as much time with this squad as he did with the Peru squad. He had a week leading up to the Peru game with the players to play in that game, but he never have that luxury with the World Cup qualifying squad. I don't know if you could have jumped on Karum and talk to us like how you're an experienced coach, you know, if he would have had enough time to really and truly implement that system. When you find it, tell me. Shackle Smith said, I agree, which is why I think we should continue with Paul Hall after the qualifiers and introduce some young blood. The old guard we currently have stuck in tapper ball mentality. Interesting comment. Tapper ball. Yo, sorry, that was the name of tapper system, tapper ball. Yo, that's a good one, Shackle. That's a good one. Tapper ball. Yo, top of him name. Yo, yeah, so you know when you're a big coach, you know, man, when you have your system of a name, you know, man. Topper ball. See, but this is an interesting comment. Shaquille, you know ball game, you know, Shaquille. You always make some interesting comments, you know. You always make some interesting comments. Guys, could it be a case that Paul Hall not being as experienced as he, because let's be real, he's not the most experienced coach when it comes to senior level men's coaching, right? He's not the most, and he himself admit that. See, could it be a case where that would hinder his ability to implement his system, in terms of it would probably take him longer than more experienced coaches to implement that system? Could that be the case? Hit me up in the comment section and let me know what you think about that. But Shaquille, that's a good comment though. Tapper ball. I have to use that one there. That's what we're referring to as tapper system now. Tapper ball. That's a good one. We are picking players who don't have any off the ball skill. Mark Chambers, may not agree with that, Mark Chambers. Watching the World Cup qualifiers, you know, that is a fierce statement in a man. But when you watch them ball of a club, perfect example, Ravel Morrison. See, when you watch Ravel Morrison for Derby County, Mark Chambers, right, you can't look at me and tell me that them man they don't have no off the ball skill. You can't, like, that is what he does, you know. That is predominantly what he does for club, you know, right? What they call a controller, you know, right? That's the type of midfielder that they refer to what Ravel is. I mean, he's a controller / creator. You know, he can do both roles, but he's predominantly more so a controller in terms of, you know, he takes the ball and guides the progression of the ball through the respective thirds of the pitch. Seeing and doing that, similar to what Marco Verratti would have done for Italy in the Euros in the summer, right? Knock it, make a pass, move into space to receive it in a forward position, you know, and just take time progressing the ball up through the thirds like that. That is what he does. That's the type of player that he is. But yet still, when we see Ravel play for we, him not do that. Boy is the 8th wonder of the world. People, when I think about it, it scratch me. I have to scratch my head. I want earthed thing, guys. Me not gonna like you. Personally, when I try to wrap my brain but around our World Cup qualifying, you know, just how it has gone, and trying to, you know, analyze it, is a earthed situation, because it just don't make no sense for no level. It don't make any sense on any level. Very interesting questions, Formula. Patrick Holmes, Patrick Holness, big up Patrick Holness. I believe some of the locally born players are sabotaging the team. I don't trust them. Jason, I can't agree with that, Jason. Look, I'm not sticking up for the local players. I saw some exchanges on I think it was Instagram the other day, right? Videos were done about it. I personally never did a video on it. I saw it. I saw the post and I watched the video, but I didn't actually look in the comment section. It's after when, you know, the videos were being made about it. It brought my attention to the comments. You know, so they do a lot of things that I don't agree with, for sure. But I do think that they want to go to the World Cup. I don't think they're deliberately sabotaging the team. I mean, yes, we can understand the mistakes, like Alvas. I don't think it's a case where Alvas is deliberately sabotaging the team. I just think Alvas Powell no good. See, like Alvas Powell, I shouldn't say him no good, but his positional play is exceptionally poor. Let's just put it at that. His positional play is exceptionally poor. And truth be told, Alvas Powell give a goal for the Reggae Boyz since Wapi kill Philip. And I'm not new. And I like how what do you think this Jason? Alvas Powell's poor positional play has been causing us to concede goals from Wapi kill Philip. So I can't say the man that, like, you tell me say all of these years Alvas Powell deliberately try to sabotage the team. Even on that topper, Alvas did the foolishness. Even on that topper, O'Neal Fisher did the foolishness. Even on that topper, Haka did the foolishness. Even on that topper, Kemar Lawrence did the foolishness. Right? And make mistakes that were causing topper games. So, Jason, I'm sorry, I can't agree with that one, boss. I can't agree with that one. See, I think the technical know-how of our locally developed players need to improve. And then some of them, like a Haka, shouldn't even be in the damn squad, man. That's just obvious, man. 2026 going to be same things, nothing now got changed, too much politics. I agree, Karoom. The sad reality of the matter is more than likely, Karoom, 2026 will be here having the same damn discussion. Honestly, more than likely when 2026 comes around, we'll be sitting here having the same discussion. Seeing because, man, if you think that things are going to change between now and then boy, Virgin, you're naive, man. I'm not say Karoom naive. I just say people who might think that things will change. For us to get to the World Cup, so things have to change. Fundamentally, something is wrong with our football, fundamentally. From a fundamental standpoint, something is wrong. Do we trust the current crop of the hierarchy to, one, go about identifying the problems and then, you know, coming forward with the solutions to the problems? Boy, if you think so, then anybody will think so naive, man. We look so unfit. Karoom, I don't think of fitness, Karoom. Karoom, I think is cluelessness. The man, them just, it's like when them put on a Jamaica kit, them don't know what to do. All them money are run for club, but they not run for country. Right? I don't know, Karoom. I just think the man, them don't know what to do. I just think that the man, them out on the pitch, you know, I don't know if there are no patterns of play, no patterns of movement, or it's a case where them not grasping it fully, or it is not being communicated and articulated properly. Seen, but the man them just them dep on the pitch and them don't know what to do. Man dep on the ball, the only thing left for him to do is stretch out him hand so. Him like him and just turn to the bench and say, yo, Gaffer, what me for do? What me for do? The man them don't know what to do, man. I wouldn't say it's a case of unfit though, but I understand why you say that though. Because the man them now run, You know, me I go try get the statistics. Me I go try see if I can find some running statistics. It would be very interesting to see the running statistics of this team in the qualifiers compared to other teams in the qualifiers. Because I think I can safely say without looking at the stats that we run the least, especially in possession, we run the least out of all of our Concacaf counterparts. We run the least. Karoom, Peru, man, Peru. I'm sure you watched the Peru first half. Heavy legs from long travel. Goontown. So, Goon, so how other, you know, I say America have that problem there, and a lot of their players are European based. See? I say Canada have that problem there, and a lot of their players are European based. See? Right? Our players based in the Americas, like for instance the MLS and USL players, a lot of them not really put in the hard yards either. So other teams now have heavy legs from the long travel. Is it a case where the boys are not being properly prepared in terms of, you know, when them come off of the flight and, you know, them do the work with the physio? I think of the physio, because being a physio and a physical trainer are two different things. I think it's a physio, right? So is it a case where the physio is incompetent and not properly preparing the boys, or not properly fine-tuning the boys? That's an interesting comment, you know, Goontown. When you think about it, you know, we have to add that to the list of possibilities, you know. We have to add that to the list of possibilities, you know. Goontown, so sometimes I wonder if logistically we are at a disadvantage because of the grueling travel these players are subject to. But Goon, as me I said, Canada have European-based players too. Look on them captain Atiba Hutchins. See? Him a come from a further distance than our UK-born players, you know. As a matter of fact, Canada's European-based players are traveling a further distance than ours. Think about it. Atiba Hutchinson from Turkey to Canada. Remember, Jamaica is closer to Europe than Canada is. See? Remember, Turkey is further in Europe than the UK. Since Atiba Hutchinson is coming from Turkey. Seeing Estacio is coming from Portugal. Seeing, I think he just moved to FC Porto there. Jonathan David is coming from France. Seeing, my boy the Alfonso Davis is coming from Germany. Seeing, the goalkeeper, you don't really have to listen, but I think he's coming from Serbia. I think he's Partizan Belgrade's goalkeeper. Where's they have a couple of players coming from, you know, further in Europe than us. I'm gonna say Atiba Hutchinson at 38 years old, coming from Turkey around like hell. Ambitious hustler said Javian and Powell are waste men. Me not go as far as disrespecting the man them and I call them waste man. See? Cause that is, for call a man a waste man is a very derogatory term, you know. See, but I will agree that Powell is not the best. Javian though is a very good player. People Javian Brown never do poorly in the Panama game. You can't blame him for that one goal. You can't blame him for that one goal, man. That is not his fault. Which pressing and counter pressing? Where and when that? You're clear, right, Karoom. I think we established you never watched the Peru first half. I think that is established now. Leighton Griffith say if Andrea Blake, Virgin, who name Andrea Blake? I hope that is a typo, you know. My hopes are not deliberately a style Blake, you know. I call the man Andrea, you know. Layton call the man Andrea. If Andrea Blake doesn't pass the ball, how can you say Paul Hall doesn't have a system? I don't understand the commentary, Layton. Let me read it again and see if I can get it a second time around. If Andrea Blake doesn't pass the ball, how can you say Paul Hall doesn't have a system? Layton, reword the commenter and hit me. Hit me again with a commenter. I not to understand the commenter. What you try to say in the commenter, boss? I not really too fully get the commenter. See, hit me again in the comment section. Because I not really too get the commenter. See? The players are, I not understand the comment. The players more motivated to play for their clubs because that's their income. JFS stipend not help them. But I think all of them want to go to Qatar though, Shaquille. Right? And judging by how upset and disappointed they look, the whole of them look dejected when the game done. It look like it means a lot to them, both local born and UK born alike. Right? Both local and UK born alike. It looks like it means a lot to them. Go on, big up, boss. Can't implement a system in 2 games after all the nonsense Tapa tell the man them. Of course, we're not seeing any changes yet. But Shaquille, how we saw a system in the Peru game, in the Peru first half. Shamar said big up Formula. Big up Shamar. Formula, these teams are ahead of us because we are predominantly English teams. We are predominantly English team in a very technical Latin style oriented region. We will always be second best in professional skill based play. Okay, I understand the point, Goon. It's a fair point. It would be a fair point if all the Central American teams were as good as Mexico. But as I said, the likes of El Salvador, and I firmly believe that our players are so much better than the likes of El Salvador that we could play El Salvador style of football against them because of the superior nature of the talent that we would have versus them. That's my honest belief. Q1, what you with, boss?
Me there, man. Yeah.
Yeah, look forward to a big game tonight, boss.
Yes, but when I said that day when I came on the platform and I was telling you about the same problem with DJ and Ravel Morrison, and I get bashing. You see what happened now? It is very
Q1. We never bash you for that, Q1. Hold on, the Q1. Hold your point. Don't forget it. Don't write it down in your brain, Q1. We never bash you. More to make it clear, Q1. Nobody never bash you for saying that DJ and Ravel needs to improve. What we bash you for is when you're going to make the talk say Peter Lee Vassell better than Ravel. And this your train go off your tracks in Q1.
No, man. All right. Look, Paul Hall been around the team from last year, September, from the beginning of the campaign. And if you are around a set of players for so long, about 5 months now, and you haven't seen where they progress under the previous coach, and you were a part of the coaching staff as well. You should be able now to identify who can play your system, because you are not the main coach, you are the assistant. So you should be able to identify players who can manage your system. So therefore, this Peru game brought up for him to see new players and see how they could fit into his system. And based on what happened in the Peru game, you could see where a system was trying to implement it and where he want the football to go.
Agreed.
No, the first half of that game speak well, and you could see where a system was trying to develop and what his plan should be going forward. Now going back into the Mexico game, he only called back Vassal. He hasn't chosen any new players out of that squad to join in the previous squad. It's the same Tapa regime he's working with. No, the same old thing gone back now, where the same old type of ball game is playing, where you don't see any system, you don't see any style, no tactics, nothing. It even worse than when Tapa did have it. It even worse because you concede 5 goals in 2 games.
And wouldn't say it worse. Wouldn't say it worse. But I understand your point.
Yes. So now, to me, many of these players who you are the Jamaican people who would classify as good, just because I am talking about both local born and overseas born. Everybody I'm talking about. It's not only DJ and Ravel, because Flemings, Burke, Javan East, Alva Spoil, those players need to go. And he identified them from a long time, and you haven't seen where they add anything to the team. So now, if you choose a set of players to go to Peru game and you see how they passing the ball well, and why not work with many of these players and just add some more quality players to that team where reinforce it? Because that team that play against Peru, it need reinforcement. So why he didn't choose those players and add like the likes of Ethan Pinnock, Michael Antonio, Kevin Stewart, because Kevin Stewart to me look better than every players for Jamaica, even though he's a defensive midfield, but he possesses the ball well. His first touch, his passing ability, he moving to space well.
Yeah.
So he should be a starter. I like what he brings. But Ravel, DJ, they're losing the ball. They're not passing it well. Ravel Morrison only kicking away the football. He's playing like he doesn't want it. Like he's running from the football. He just obviously left to tell them that I don't want the football. Don't give me. So whenever time he get it, he kick it long. All right. Look at the pass that Vassal gave Walker in the Peru game. Look at that true pass. All right. I'm going to ask you one question. Since Ravel Morrison and DJ playing for Jamaica, has you seen where none of those players make a pass like that? A true pass that almost lead to a goal. A brilliant save from the keeper.
Yeah, man. There was a pass from Ravel in the El Salvador game that put Kemar Roof in and goal. Remember Kemar Roof was in and goal and him turned back? You don't remember that play, there, man?
No, I don't, because from I watching Ravel and DJ, I haven't seen where they're making no passes. They don't apply any pressure. You know, when the game kicks off, those players don't high press. They just keep putting the defense under pressure. They keep playing deep. In the Peru game, you see Jamaica going out high press. They make the Peru players uncomfortable playing the ball from the back.
True.
With this current set of players, they're backing off and not applying any pressure. And they're not possessing the ball well. That's why Michael Antonio game look that way, because he's not getting any support from the midfield. Look in the Panama game when Lamar Walker and Kevin Stewart touched the field. When they take off DJ and Ravel Morrison, just look at the difference. Just look at the difference. Many of these players need to go. They need to go because they cannot improve the team and will not be able to. So they just need to find the right combination of players that suit his style.
I agree.
His
I agree.
philosophy.
I agree.
And I see where they're bashing local players. You have many good talent in Jamaica, but because they don't get that exposure and playing into a more established league, that's what hindering most of their games.
No, I wouldn't agree with that, Kuan. I think
You have
the
some, you
main
have some, you
issue
have
is
some
them.
players in Jamaica who can add values to the system. Not all, but you have some.
I think I
Because
agree. I agree
because
up to
to
the
me,
standpoint of talented players. Yes, we have a number of talented players in the country, but they don't have they lack the proper development. I don't think it's lack of exposure. I think it's lack of exposure to a certain extent, yes. But I think the main problem is lack of development.
yes, because what happened? The coaches who claim to be coach. Many of these coaches in Jamaica don't know football. They only speak it, but they don't know football. They cannot develop anybody. Most of these players are just raw talent playing, raw talent. Most of the coaches need to leave the football alone because they are keeping the youth backward.
I agree. I agree. I
Because to
agree.
me, look at King. You know, King have good ability. He can fit into any system around the world
He has
because he can
potential.
play that he can play from the back. I like how he handled the football, but he need to develop into a more established league. He need to leave out of the JPL soon as possible. Because if he remain here for the next 2 years, he gonna fall into the same trap.
Agreed. Agreed. I think every single teenager, either starting or those who are, in serious, like coming off the bench, getting serious game time in the JPL. I do think that those players need to try and get out of the JPL as quickly as possible.
Off the bench, getting serious game time in the JPL. I do think that
Coach,
those players
thanks for being here, but turn off the video
off the bench,
or turn it down. The video playing in the background. Turn it down, coach. Yeah, man. So no, but I agree with you, Q1. I agree with you. We need to get our young players out of the JPL as quickly as possible. That's one of the reasons why I rejoiced yesterday when I heard about yesterday or the day before Costa Chang going to Denmark. That club that Rudolph Austin used to play for. I think that was a brilliant. Like that make me day when I see that move that take place. See, Costa getting big move. Leighton Griffith said how the system going to work when Low and Andrea Blake, one name Andrea Blake, Leighton.
All right. I think I can answer
Kicking
that
off the
question.
ball down the field all the time.
I think
But
I can
Leighton,
answer that question. You know, after this campaign, I think I am honest. I think Andre Blake and Damian Noah should not play any more part of the be a part of the national team. Yeah, they need to develop a next keeper because in this modern time of football, a keeper should be able to use his feet well. And the system that Paul Hall want to implement, I haven't seen it yet because most of these players cannot play that system. A keeper should be able to pass the ball from back and play through tight space and can find opponents on either flank whenever time a team high press. And Andre Blake lack those quality.
His distribution, in
Damian
my
Law,
humble opinion, is better for club than it is for country.
Damian Law now, he's a wild player that will not improve from where he is right now. He's very wild and rational and he cannot make a good decision. He doesn't know when to go from when not.
Fear.
Yes, so King. I see King. They can try with King and he can build around Pinnock. Because I think Pinnock still has one more cycle. He will be around 32 when by time the next World Cup in 2026. But he should be the oldest defender on the team as a more experienced one. You should have like King who is 19 and you have like a 20, 21, 22, 23. No one over the age of 25 should be in this setup going forward. You can have like Pinnock because he's a decent player. You can have him as a more experienced players because you still need some experience, but experience where the player is not too old. He
Yeah,
can
yeah, and
still
he's
play a part.
young enough to feature in his prime at the next or at the
Yes,
next
yes.
qualifiers. Yeah.
Mikel Antonio still be too old because he will 36 and he will not be able to play any more part. And Ravel Morrison and
Unless him keep
DJ.
him body in a very good condition.
Yes, but you can just watch his progression based on how he's playing in the club. But Ravel Morrison, DJ, Speedy, because Speedy will be 30 this year. Speedy, Ravel Morrison, Kemar Lawrence, Ravel, DJ, Alvas, Junior Flemings, Corey Burke, Andre Gray, Javan East. Those players need to go. Try to get, and I am not talking about JPL players. Just try to recruit and get some good young players who can fit with Lamar Walker, Vassell. Maggie need to get a club. I think he should leave from UPenn and see where he progresses from there.
Yeah.
Yes, Paris, Busy Atkins need to leave out of the JPL. Then I can mark, see where he fit. Because I'm not grading anyone based on just JPL alone. I didn't see he feature enough in Peru game where I could make a good assessment. But I see where
Seemed like a good prospect during the little time we saw him.
he looked like a player willing to run.
Mm-hmm.
Willing to run. So I need to see more of him before I can make any assessment. I see enough of King in that game and I see where he can fit. Use those players and get some players like Dishane Betford again. Dishane Betford is a good player. They can build.
I not see the big deal about this Dishane Bedford playing.
Yes, yes. I like what he bring in the first half.
If you say my baller, then fine. Me work with him.
I like what he bring in because if Junior Flemings can be in the team, why Dishane Betford cannot? And Corey Burke and Javan East and
well, I mean, Junior Flemings would have been one of the best players in the USL. Is Dishane Bedford one of the best players in the USL?
Yes, because Dishane Bedford has over 14 goal contribution out of 24, 25 games.
I know so much.
Yes, he scored about 8 goals and he scored about he has about 9 assists and around 7 goals in the past season. Just check his stat.
Yeah, man, that me I don't know. No, I'm not saying he's not a decent player in the USL, you know. He's a decent player in the USL for sure, you know. All right.
No, you know, Paul, I'll use him at the wrong position. He's a left winger. He's not a right winger. He's a left winger. That's where he's dominant.
5 goals and 7 assists in 29 games. That is 12 goal contributions in 29 games.
As a winger.
Not all that. Not all that. Cool. But remember Junior Flemings, you know, man. Them man, they stitch a goal every other game at the very least as a winger, you know.
No, Junior Flemings has a poor run in the past season. He has a poor run.
No,
And he's not contributing.
No, Wouldn't say
No,
poor. More
he's
some
not
Fleming here.
contributing anything to the national team.
That's fair.
He's
That's
not
fair.
contributing, so he should remove it. Better player, a lot of better players are there.
Mhm. All right.
You have Paris and many more.
All
And
right.
they should
So,
try to get some young players out of England. The better one, the young one.
I agree.
And try to build the system.
I agree. There are a number of them that can feature for us in the next qualifying cycle, but JFF now gonna bring them in now. That JFF style, last minute EVA qualifiers, day before qualifiers, during qualifiers. They now bring them in now. Make we hear from Coach Karumi. First of all, welcome back to the channel, Coach. Thanks for being here, man.
Good evening, good afternoon. You hear me?
Loud and clear, boss.
You hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, man.
Formula, World Cup qualification. What do you think about it? Disappointed?
Yeah, Coach, we have to be disappointed, man. The national team, our heart and soul, man. We love this thing, man, and we expected better. Coach, a coach and Q1 where really hurt me is not only the fact that we're not going, It's not only the fact that the results have been terrible, It's the manner of the performances have been absolutely atrocious. That's what hurt me the most.
It's the first time it's not the first time I am on your program, right?
But the second.
I think if you go back and watch that video, I told you that it would be surprised if we go to the World Cup, for me personally.
Yeah, you did.
For a team to qualify, it's the man in the street we don't follow football have to know about it. We are playing Mexico at the National Stadium. And when me go check my brother in them and say, now watch a game. Him say, which game?
Yeah.
World Cup qualification. So those are the little things you look at, And somebody might say that is simple, but it's a big thing. It's if the nation is not with you, you can't go. The nation have to with you, the general public have to be involved. And from day one, they don't get the general public involved. We have to involve the people. Have to involve. You understand? You see, you galvanize support not just because it's an empty stadium. You can you notice the Mexico. You see the Mexico game. The Mexico supporter them come to the game knowing that them know them not going in, but them come same way. Them galvanize support. So we are playing at home. We can market it in such a way that you get support same way. You blow your hand. Something to get people. We are yellow today because Jamaica play. Something for sure. Camaraderie. Those little things add to make the thing work, So we behind the A ball from day one and we don't try to fix it, and we're disappointed because as I show you 2002, 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, we do the same thing and what happened. So we need to try and see. The only time, the sad thing about it, the only time we went to a World Cup is 1998. And we don't try adapt some of those principles and try improve on them. The only time, the first thing we're doing wrong, the system of play, we don't identify a system of play and put it down and say, make a run with this system. Right? We chop and change. We don't have a balance in how we want to play. So we're all over the place. So those things make me wonder what Jamaica team going to come out. Like, for example, I don't know what to expect. You understand? We play Mexico at home, and the week coming into the game, I hear say, boy, we're going to play a possessive base and we're going to press from the front. But I make sure go home and buy all popcorn and sit down. And now me can't see it. You have to understand it when you choose to play a particular way, it can't work overnight, The easiest system to play overnight is to play on the counter. So you have to be careful how you choose a particular way of playing and you don't have time available. You understand? So we have to be careful. I'm not telling that parlay system can't work, but you need time. You need time and you need support. I can read an article after the Panama game where him say, boy, he's disappointed with players, but also his staff. So him doing his homework also and realizing that it's not an easy task him have. It's not an easy task him have, family. It's not an easy task.
Yeah.
Him have to go clear out. For him to be the national coach going forward, him have to do clearance. It's him support staff, him have to go clear out that and bring in some fresh head. Reality, any team will be successful, you have to have your supporting team I say the same song like you. So if you say 2 o'clock, it's not 10 past 2. It's 2 o'clock everybody meet, So him have to go, going forward, I wouldn't mind him get the chance to get him put him implement in the team, but him have to go do some groundwork. We can't play a game and me a high professional football after 60 minutes, me a come to a walk. Something is wrong with what is happening out here. So me train them something, me question that. After 6, me not busy where you want to tell me formula. It's not fitness, it's not a fitness me I talk about, but after 60 minutes, me play 2 games, 3 games and me come to a walk. The Peru game, the Mexico game, and the Panama game. After 60 minutes, literally, not even somewhat 55 me gear. We come to a literal walk. And we look like we're out of idea and out of a plan where we plan to do and where we're going forward. So something either the preparation leading up to the game, the intensity of the preparation, not at a level where it keep the player them at a level where they might come from them club. I don't know. So those things need answering. Right? Can't be. Right? Because we are playing against high professional footballers. And we have high professional footballers. But it seems like we look amateur and by weekend come when these players go back to them club. Me have to scratch me then as a wait. But are the same players them that me have? Something not add up. Out of the truth formula, the reality is one thing with we out here, Me not gonna hide my reality. The truth is just the truth. If you're gonna beat me for the truth, beat me. But the truth is the truth. We have to go change something. We can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. This World Cup qualification, if you do the history, is the easiest one. I mean, I disrespect Canada. For Canada to be unbeaten. And no disrespect to them, but them put a plan in place. And them stick with it. The way how them system work, they can move Davis from left back and bring my center forward. And it work. So and the system done then and them don't know the approach and them work towards it. We all
Coach, when you see Canada play, they play with such intent and such purpose. It's like them know, you can see, them know where them are do. Them know what run to make, what pass to make, at what time, like them just everything on point, everybody on point.
And you as a neutral watching the game, you can feel them. You can feel say them not give up. May I tell you, as a neutral watching them against America, you feel say no matter where you are do, we are gonna match your intensity, we are gonna match your aggression, and we are gonna do it when I ease up. When I watch my team play, all right, up to the 44th minute when we up to the 44th minute when we are lead 1-0 against Panama. It's like we sit down in my living room and we say, so we do everything to try and make Panama score back. There's a minute to go before halftime and so why we kick out the ball and we in this rush for one get the ball up backfield. Clock management, time management. Make the game board, make the referee call you if you say yellow card or something, but we in this ease for one get the ball back up field. No, you're lead. You're going half time and come. We give up a soft goal. Then second half we come out, it's like we still not recover from the goal that we concede, and we come out same way flat. No intensity, and it's like we are waiting to see something happen, that we go and make something happen. So
Yeah.
so that are my 2 cents, and me disappointed because me and say this is the best in terms of group together. I think it's the best set of players put together, right? But
Yeah.
I think we put them too late, maybe a year too late.
But coach, all right. On that point about late, right? I was making the point earlier in the stream. By the way, welcome Shavan. I was making the point earlier in the stream that and not the midfield, the Costa Rican midfield in particular, you know, has for the most part probably been revamped, you know, in the World Cup qualification round, you know. And a lot of the players that they have been using in the last couple of games, the Costa Ricans, are players with either players who made their debuts, and I'm talking about midfielders, the midfield, are players that either made their debuts in the World Cup qualification round or very shortly before the World Cup qualifiers, and would not have played a lot of games with the Costa Rican national team, but yet still their results improved with the introduction of these players, right? Because you know you can see that these players are younger, fresher, more energetic, you know, have a better engine to do harder running, etc., etc. So, coach, I was on that same page that you are on, you know, before that. But when I look on the Costa Rican setup, I said to myself, say, yo, this don't make no sense. They have introduced a number of relatively new players, especially in the game that they beat.
Panama.
I think it was Panama. 3 of the 4 players that they used in midfield were relatively new players.
It's if you plant good seed are gonna grow, you know. So it's your house that you have a foundation, you know. So their league that they have is a very good league, and them improve on it. We need to do the same amount. Our league need to be improved so we can get improved players. So we can it all good and when we can export the one individual from here and the one individual from here, but the bulk of the players are in Jamaica and the bulk of the players them.
Yeah.
When you watch a league, me love the league,
Yeah.
me love JPL league, cause it's our league.
Yeah.
Me now go tell some people say me hate it, me love it, but within it, there are things that we need fixing. The accountability of the coaching and the players them that playing. Some of them decision making and the understanding what them need to do need improving. So we need to get the product improved. Improve the product. The accountability need to be there. So people know say guess what? They are on the edge. Somebody called me today and said to me, say, boy, when you watch a game, you hear some expletives from the players on the sports max, right? But at the same time, nobody now correct them because this is a product a show worldwide. So
But that's
somebody
what Tapa used to go on to.
eh?
That's what Tapa used to move to, man. Tapa on the sideline and Lego some B and some P and
Yeah,
some.
but what may I say,
Tapa
in
used to
terms,
move to.
I don't think, what may I try and say, the Premier League, the game playing and
Oh, you
language.
mean the local league? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The language
I
and
thought you meant the
speak.
national team.
The language and speak up. We know say it's an emotional game and people intense, but we have to understand that this product that we're putting out here, not only showing in Jamaica, is a global thing. So we as coaches and management need to correct these things so we can get the product to our next level, because as long as the product don't get better, we are gonna have substandard players. And that is the reality.
But coach, my whole thing, you know, me soon re-inject Tuan and Shavan in the conversation. But coach, my whole thing is that most of the relatively new players that we are introducing versus those that Costa Rica are introducing are players that are playing at a much higher level.
Yeah, but you have to understand, formula. You see, there are Jamaicans, and don't fool ourselves, people might misunderstand one thing. They are Jamaican because they are from overseas, but to understand the culture,
Mhm.
the
Some of them
environment.
might not get it.
You understand? And Micken might never get a mosquito bite before it,
I'm sure there are mosquitoes in England. Calm, cool.
Different type
Mosquito
of
must be in
mosquito.
London.
Yeah,
A
what may I
different
try to
type.
say? In
I
respect
get
to
what you're saying.
the cultural play an integral part of it. So when we mean so we get them 1 year earlier, if we did get them 1 year earlier and get them, all right, put it this way, maybe if then they come for the Gold Cup, where them could have get them feet wet in the region football, so them know what.
So the preparation was poor.
But it is. The reality of, all right, if a team going into World Cup qualification and sometime last year we have been dispute about payment of money and players don't want to turn up, and remember we'd have the game them down Austria and nobody no want to turn up, and so now we'd have to send to some of the players them from England. Something wrong. We're heading in the wrong direction. And then we lead from that. Players start have option now. My personal reason I now come. Then it become everybody doing it. So you can't isolate one individual and say, him do it because of this, him did do it because of that. If your country call you, you mean good for your country. You're supposed to run come.
Especially for preparation for
Because remember, you don't have day-to-day training with them. So the specific World Cup FIFA date where we get for practice game, you have to make yourself available. You can't turn up and all right. We play Panama in a Panama, and these two games, I tell you as it is, it's the worst game they ever seen. The two game, the Mexico game, and this game is the worst game they ever see Blake playing in terms of theme approach to the game. Him don't look sharp. In my personal reason, imagine if he maybe come for the Peru game, maybe that week of training would have helped get him back sharp. Because I remember film season finishing December, early December and late November. Him not sharp. You see it in a game, him not sharp.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
You understand?
That's
right?
a fair point.
The save when make when him should have pushed it away and it come back, maybe if him be a bit more sharper, maybe me that do much better. But at the same time, we need to look at those things.
But from what I understand, doing a coach, from what I understand, the coach never actually want Blake to feature because he did want to take a look on another goalkeeper.
Formula.
So a coaching error there, so now.
So formula. My life depend on the line.
Yeah.
Me don't need to look you know. You know the situation where we did inner.
Yeah,
and
man.
me didn't know the situation where we did inner. The world didn't know the situation we did inner.
Yeah.
Me need my best goalkeeper now. Because me need to see that 11 there. We're going to play against Mexico.
Yeah.
Me and you know the starting 11 that going to play against Mexico. At least 7 or 8 of them. So me never need to look much.
Yeah, agreed.
How much of those players that you look at play in the last 3 games? We never play before.
Vassell never did feature. Him never did come on.
No.
So none of them.
So you see?
It was the coach me talk about this, We need to stop wasting friendlies, We waste a lot of friendly games because we're not utilizing the friendly games.
You want to look, you gotta look out.
You
gotta look out, man.
We need to have sensible aims and sensible objectives for our friendly games.
Yeah, but Me not talk about apple and grape, you know. You ever see when Brazil call up for a practice game, all of the top man them still are coming on. You see, if you're not with we from day one, there must be accountability where you need to understand. Say, nobody must hold the nation at ransom. The nation bigger than all of us. Be disappointed in a formula. This is the softest World Cup qualification we have. And we make it
Boy,
super weird.
coach, to say it
me
has
some
been
people,
dismal is an understatement.
Me and some people that tell me say 2026 it's gonna be easier because Mexico will go away, Canada will go away, and USA will go away. So are we know?
If you think that Curacao will be a walkover.
You know what you about Guatemala? You know what you about Nicaragua? You know what you about Suriname, Curacao? The rest of the team, the Honduras, them will fail, and the El Salvador.
El Salvador we are built for next qualifying campaign.
We have to be careful.
Yeah.
When you're egg in front of you, you grab it. Me can't have one of the top striker in the world, and me have one of the best goalkeeper in a Concacaf, and me a falter.
Yeah.
The question, those things need answering. We blunder, and it's not only on the field alone we blunder. We blunder from the administrative point of view. You understand? This thing about players and not trusting the JFF, those things need to stop now because it's affecting the football. And it's affecting the growth of the football. Because at the end of the day, all of we get hurt, all of we lose out.
Yeah.
So the ego and the me know and you don't know, and it affects us. It affects us. Honestly, think about it. We play Mexico, we score. Home and away, so we have quality. We play God Panama, we score. We have quality. But we have sustainability.
Yeah.
That's where we lose it from. We lose it from there. Right? And me a Jamaican here, and you a Jamaican here. Enough things go wrong, you know. When me have my national coach, I say, you only talk to local players. And the assistant talk to overseas. Oh, so from that day you make that statement, you should have get a red card. It's one team. So we do a whole heap of things wrong. And we're behind the A ball from day one. We're playing catch up. Canada, me here, you have a gent come on on IMAX program yesterday, in them call him African. And when me like what him say, and me that follow it up myself where him say the coach, him doing business where the players from, but it's as long as the system where him playing, him fit it, him a go for him. Because him a fit theme system. Remember, you know, theme system is not West Ham system or Liverpool, you know. It's Canada. So him a fit his system. So you see, if it's under Iraq him a come from, him a go for him. Our notion, idea is that there is no good from USL, there is no good from JPL, there is no good if you don't play at Championship or League One or the Premier League or La Liga. Good there everywhere. You just view the coach must identify that individual that fit your system and say, me I go run with him. Good there everywhere. When you check out, if you go back and do the history of the American players, where them start at USL. If you check the history of Canadian team, where them started, the USL. But what we do with our players now, them start the USL and them get embedded in the USL. Them don't try to push themselves out of it. Because they are more satisfied to know, say, the boy, me I get a paycheck and me can come back on the corner and say, boy,
But coach, you see the thing is, they are getting their players in the USL far younger than we are getting ours, you know. So they are getting they have 16, as a matter of fact, a 14-year-old, you know, just made a transfer to a USL team, you know, American, you know.
Yeah,
a
but
14-year-old is going to be playing for the same club that Peter Levers was playing for last season.
yeah,
In the 11.
where we have to understand in a formula, we keep saying it, when you're within, it's different from when you're without.
Yes.
Is that
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying to you. What we need to do is improve what is within, that is in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And we need to we need to be more realistic to the players them. The standard of your game need improving. And we can say it open upon your program. You have a 3-letter word, RUN. It's if you don't plan for run,
Yeah.
don't play football, go try swimming. The game has transformed that you have to be an athlete. There is no more room for the number 10. The number 10 now in midfield and number 8. You have to can go and
Box to
come.
box.
It
Box to
changed.
box.
And
Yeah,
we
fair
need
point.
to be more realistic. That's why the Peter Lee and I'll be honest with you, you mentioned Lama Walker in one of your name previous. I'm not telling you, I see a little more growth in him. Honestly, personally, I see a little more growth in
I
terms of
agree.
in him body language and how he more and do things. He more in a running motion. You have to can run formula. And any youngster with me coach right now, if you don't plan for run, try swimming. It's the reality of the game. We need to start telling the youth them the truth. Yeah, we have to tell them the truth. Yeah, you have to can run.
You hear that, youngsters? If
If
you
you not
don't
plan
plan
for
for
run,
run to Coach Karoom,
you
you try
can't play.
swimming.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. How about if you have a youngster who go Denmark, 2nd division?
Mm-hmm.
Where me I love you do for me after him go and spend a month. If you can get an interview with him and ask him what is the main difference with the football in Jamaica, and him gonna tell you say them run. Just for the ball go outside and the coach call you in. You can't walk in, You have to run in. You have to run come. Because everything is proactive. We're always there on the mark. We're always in the set position. So
Yeah.
you're always proactive. You're ready from before. Everything depends on timing. Nobody now wait for you. And if you do if you go check out with Maggie there right now, we laugh him out here as a youngster, quality in terms of his ability, but nobody telling the truth and say you're nah run.
Yeah.
Nobody not saying can't play, The quality that exists, but the ability to run, to play the game for 90 minutes, he might have problem. So any youngster out there, it's not just about your ability to dribble. Your ability to work without the ball is key. You want to make some money? Just run. Add the running to your ability where you don't have your skill where you can take people and so forth. And the ability to work without the ball. You go places. People love you.
True.
Why you think Fleming get the contract at Tulsa? Where the club name in France? Don't let them in work ethic. Him no need to improve on him decision making.
Yeah.
But him energy and them are going to improve on that. So we have to tell the youth them the truth. The youngster them coming up, we have to change some things.
Yeah. All right, so a couple of things because more of ask both Q&A and coach a question. But before we do that, firstly, smash the like button, guys. Free and easy way to support. Second of all, one. Boss, you alive?
Yeah, long time.
Long time when I say, yo, Bridget, I think something, I sing something reach one, Big and serious.
Before I come on, I see it, I say, wait, a long time when I see my Bridget.
Yeah. One thing say something do your virgin. First of all, I first time you show up for New Year start. So although February, we have to big you up in a New Year scene and you
More
know,
life.
health, yeah, man, more life, more strength, more health, more everything, Bertrand. Seeing happy for sister you're alive and well. Because we won't get, and not only me alone, all of you, the vloggers, them, we won't get, you know, whole
Yeah,
heap of
man.
support. So we have to rate one, man.
You know more ask you for formula.
Mm,
Want to fourth official.
you know, the fourth official was recently ill.
Oh,
Yeah, man,
okay.
him recently was very ill as a
Oh.
matter of fact. But he, from what I understand, he's recovering well. You know,
Yeah, man. Want give out a shout out thing. Cause me say to you, you know, these program that we have, we don't want just have them because we get the information. We want have them and make them people them understand. Say, guess what? Hey, formula, me I watch ESPN, you know, and me see some man talk about some players. And if those players were Jamaican players, and you talk about them, they must say, boy, you fight against them, you know. We need to be honest and be open mind to what is happening to the world. If you me coaching a team, me no want you come tell me say me I do good and me not do good. Tell me say coach your team not playing a bad, so me can go and go fix it. Don't come hype me up and tell me say you're good. No, coach, your team not look good, you're not ready. But then again, me must know because me I lose 3 or 4 games straight. Something is wrong.
yeah,
No, but how you gonna
yeah.
get better formula? You think about when you started this program and you ask yourself, to where are you now? You make progression.
Yeah, man. Me never expect say, you know, me get about 3,000 subscribers because my channel is just over a year old. Me never expect to have so much subscriber in such a short space of time.
And you use that in your everyday life, and you use that as a footballer too. For you to get better, you have to continue improving.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't wait till the 2 hours when the coach are train, or the morning session and the evening session. You have to find the means to improve your game.
Mm-hmm.
Me can
No,
spend.
man. I know you in my aim the one after, but one me disagree. I think
Who
the
that? No,
first half
man.
against Peru was very encouraging. Very encouraging. All right, more to ask both Q and Coach a question. Firstly, me I go with Q because Q has said nothing in a while. Q, what you foresee happening in later in the game later on this evening or tonight?
I think it's the same result gonna happen again based on if the same starting 11 put forth against Costa Rica, it will be the same result. They have to try and make some changes because DJ and Ravel Morrison will not and will never work for Jamaica in midfield. I see where it happened in the first Panama game at the National Stadium. They are very horrible when those two combinations being a part of the starting lineup. Jamaica has not gained a point from Ravel Morrison and DJ combination in the national team from the start of the campaign until now. Both of them cannot take the field at the same time. And I think moving forward, both have to move because I don't see where any energy and attacking is taking place. They just sit back and lackluster. No. We need some energetic player who willing to work and can play a system, pass the ball well and assist in both attacking and defensive. But I don't see Ravel and DJ capable of doing it.
Go on, you don't think that Ravel are decent? You don't think he was probably the best midfielder for us in the Panama game?
Ravel Morrison is the worst midfielder ever come out of England to come and represent Jamaica. The worst midfielder. You know what? I'm telling you the truth. You know what? We fans just live on the past of what Alex Ferguson said 12, 10 years
But
ago
come on, Kwan.
about Ravel.
The player knocked some decent leather for Derby County.
You know Ravel Morrison not playing any football for Derby County. They have him on the bench. He's
right,
not capable.
no,
He's not capable of doing anything.
Kwan. No, him come off, him make substitute appearances basically every game.
Ravel Morrison capable of doing nothing for Jamaica. Nothing. If they start Ravel this evening, they're gonna lose.
I think you know why I hear so much goat in the background now, call the goat and disagree with
No, but
goat them advice, then disagreement Kwan. Come on, all right.
in reality too, invalid, because when I watch a two game, them the impact what I was looking for in terms of Ravel in attacking, or even from in midfield. I don't even want to say just say attacking, but in midfield, I was looking for more. Honestly, I was looking for more.
Agreed.
I was looking for more impact from him and Daniel Johnson. More in terms of more aggression, in terms of dominating the ball, want the ball. Hey, if you can recall, the last 10 minutes of the game, who was our central midfielder?
Kevin Stewart.
And Mikel Antonio.
in the last,
Kevin Stewart come and make a big impact on the team. Kevin Stewart.
If Mikel Antonio come deep for the ball and start it.
That's a fair point, Karum. That's fair.
When me look at it, I say to myself, if him can do that, why him a show feet, him a demand it, him a ask feet?
Why Ravel can't do that?
Not only him, but I mean the midfielder them in general.
Yeah.
You have to demand I can recall your coach Theodore with me, boy, the player them need to demand the football.
My coach.
Demand,
My coach. No, sir. Karum not doing that.
But it was a coach, it was a national coach. So, but as I say, in terms of the coach make a comment in terms of him make an adjustment to the team. Second half, where him go to a back three. I wouldn't mind him start that tonight at a back three. Play a Pinnock as a left wing back so we can get him more in an attacking position. You understand? Attacking position don't mean say you go forward in your opponent, but we mean can you able to angle the ball more up in the mid.
In advanced areas of the pitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
You understand? And play Lehigh. You can play even we name a centre half in a Larry. We need to try something, and the next thing we need to play with more fun. I don't think we are play with fun. We not think we are play and enjoy the game. You understand? It's like we play and as soon as the opponent score. Can remember, it starts with even the coach, I mean, the reality is the reality. There is no game that you're going to play and there's a guarantee that you're going to score first at all time. You have to have reaction. You score, the opponent score. I was looking for reaction. I was looking for people reacting after that. It happened. Them score 1-1. What we going to do about it? We have to react after that. And it also starts with the coach. When the camera show him on the sideline, it's like him get a knockout punch. Him can't go no more. You have to show strength from there.
To be fair, there ain't no coach. Paul Hall, me more like when I see from Paul Hall on the touchline than the previous.
No, me mean in terms of what I'm saying. I don't want to seem like I'm being negative to him, but me mean in terms of the football is 90 minutes. No game guaranteed that you're going to win before it starts, You have to go out there and play it and win it for yourself, So the opponent, the same thing you want, is the same thing the opponent want, So after we score and Panama score, the reaction, I was looking for reaction in terms of, make us get back ourselves, not back around the football and get back ourselves back into the game. We must seem like we were saying that from we score, nobody else must score. And we just give up.
Yeah.
We have to show resilience, man. We score against Mexico. You know Mexico will come and up the tempo. Them score. And you see like we just, you like we're more disappointed that them score and still a do well on that goal than we say, guess what? Get that out of our system quick. Come again.
So, coach, what you foresee taking place in tonight's game?
But me that start the twin tower. Me that start Tallman, Sharpman, centre forward.
Who that? Pinnock and Mariapa.
No, me I start Mikel up top, Gray up top.
Oh, in a 3-5-2.
Yeah, man. Right? Me that gamble with Lehigh left, Brown right. Pinnock, Moore gone. Sorry. Mariapa. And Low is there, right?
I don't think Low can play, and I think King I forgot to take team place.
Right?
If you go to a back three. Coach get knocked out. Coach get knocked out. Coach look like him internet get knocked out. So it go, man. So it go. Yeah, man. Coach gone. Coach get knocked out, man. So yo, that I think with the internet something, man. The internet something can be very.
But this 5-5-3, 3-5-2, you know, that formation not gonna work for Jamaica going forward, you know.
Why you think so?
It's kind of most of the time you're playing from behind. You're playing behind the ball. It's kind of a more defensive coaching minded person who always gonna use those
It depends on how you use it. It depends on how you use it.
Jamaica don't have the players to play a 3-5-2 because you need capable. You don't have two capable, good enough wing backs to play that system.
So you said you could Brown get and Leah good enough to play.
No. When you're playing a wing back, you know, you must equally good going forward, attacking and defensive wise. You have to equally good. Skill, you have to have that skill set because at times you have to play like a winger. And you have to be capable of defending. So I don't see Brown. Brown cannot go forward. Brown is more of a person because most of Brown game, you know, he doesn't overlap. He always sit back. Taxi has
a little bit for Jamaica or for Vancouver?
For Jamaica. I see him because I
for Vancouver, I'm overlap and join the attack. As a matter of fact, a number of games of Vancouver, he has played as a wing back.
I don't see him. You see like Rico Henry and Kyle Walker's Peter, those players capable of playing in that formation. And Jamaica lack defensive quality. We don't have enough defense quality to play that system. You need centre back who good enough. Like you have Pinnock good enough to play in that system, but you need to if we want to go forward, you need some capable defender. Because even King right now, he's a good player, but he's not in that peak right now where you can just drop him into that system. So it's not gonna work right now.
Okay.
It's not gonna work right now for King to just come and play into a backcheese system. It's not good enough.
You know, the main issue that I had with the 3-5-2, you know, was with Leon Bailey. I didn't really see where Leon Bailey would fit in it. But now that Bailey is not in the squad, I don't really have that big of a problem with the 3-5-2.
But even no, because if if Bailey in the squad and you're gonna play a chief F2, Bailey would have to play like a striker, second striker, or
Yeah.
he play like an attacking midfield, and he cannot play in those area and contribute as how he would contribute on the wing.
Yeah.
So, that system I don't see. I wouldn't push for it to happen because we don't have those players. And if Damari Gray come for because Damari Gray is 25 years old.
But
If he come from, and I don't like how Jamaica drop out, I don't know if he was that committed enough to play for Jamaica. So I don't know what.
Still get him, you know. I hope we can still get him, Kwan, because it would be a shame. I hope we can still get him.
Because those are the players right now. Damari Gray, Leon Bailey, if you can get Rico Henry, those young players to come and fit in the system from now and build a core around those players. What happened? I'm gonna share something with you. What happened to Jamaica football over the years? Everyone, previous coach I'm talking, come and said they are building a system around some core players, but the core players they're using was mostly from the JPL and some low-level players in the USL, some who are not capable enough to play football. But anyway, they are there. So they try to use those players over the year, like 2 years in World Cup friendly matches. And when the real thing comes, that's where they find out these players are not good enough.
Yeah.
That's when they find out.
Fox, go on. Go and preach, go on. Go take over the show,
Yeah.
go on. Go and
That's
preach.
where they find out because
Yeah,
they are
man.
always using. I don't know if it's the JFF at fault or they don't want to spend any money or what, but they always, anytime a campaign fail, they said they don't want no more English players and we're going to use the local players, and they use all, they will choose a 23-man squad from the JPL and continue to use that player and add in one of and two overseas players who was in the JPL before. And they use those players in the friendly World Cup, and whenever time the qualifiers start, they are not good enough anymore.
Yeah.
They are not good. That's when they find out these players will not take us to the next level. And when now, and the problem now, you see, when they are trying to add in, they try to recruit players from England and try to fit them in the system. That's where the war starts, because no, these players are saying that we were here from before and they're trying to get rid of us to put others in, and that's where the war always starts.
Yeah.
But if from beginning you try to get the best and build a core around the best from the best league,
Yeah, agreed.
you will have a better campaign going forward, a qualifying campaign. Even 2 years back, Panama wasn't good enough. Panama didn't good.
Yeah, Panama
2019,
and
Panama
Costa
didn't
Rica.
good.
Yeah,
Panama didn't good.
Panama and
2019.
Costa Rica seemed like they were on the decline, and then them just resurrect them thing.
Panama didn't good.
Resurrect them program.
Panama
Almost
and
overnight.
Costa Rica. How many players Panama and Costa Rica have playing in Europe?
Not that many.
And Jamaica have Michael Antonio, Ethan Pinnock, Leon Bailey, Shamar Nicholson, Andre Gray, DJ Ravel, all those players. All of them are European-based players. And they make Panama playing like they are the European-based players, because everybody consider Europe as the head of the football.
Yeah, the heartbeat of football.
Yes. So they look more amateur to the Panama players.
Yeah, I agree. By the way, who known? Who known narrate Paul none at all? And I first me hear who knows, because I never know who knows views and Paul, you know. But now me hear who known have no time for Paul none at all. Eddie, yeah, man, we soon go trip up, man. We soon go trip up, man. But they are dead with laugh. Eddie said, Barber time in the formula.
Too much
Yeah, man,
this
we soon go
going
trip
on.
up, man.
They try to give certain players too much dominant in the national team and make they feel like they are the one in charge. Everybody should be a space holder. No permanent space should not be there for no one. Because
True.
what happened? You know why Tapa failed? I read the comments where Darren Matter post. But to be honest, how much
What
of
was
those
the comment?
players,
What was me never you see the post there? Me see
the
the
comment
post
was
and the
comment
video me there watch. Me never see where what was the actual comment. What was the comment?
he was saying like when I were playing like when I was playing in the team Concacaf team have to feel it, and they bring in players and try to divide us, and Canada continue with their teams with their side and
He
look at
actually
where
said that?
they are now.
Him said that?
Yes.
Hold on there. Really?
Yes, he said Canada continue with their team from 2017. And look
Because
where we are now. And when he was playing, CONCACAF teams have to feel it. But they
boy,
try to divide us.
if him said that for real, then honestly, man, me very, very.
But
Because
to
here's the
be
thing,
honest,
Here's the thing, I saw because that comment was made under some highlights that he was posting of himself, right?
yeah. So I don't remember.
May I ask, was that so it was the comment under the video where my score some goals for the nation, right? I think that was the post under which the comments were made. As a matter of fact, me see him delete it, him delete it. See, but my thing is, I was watching the video, of the him scoring the goal, but me never actually read the comment. After when me see other vloggers, I do the story. But when at that time it come to my attention, but when me said so bam now and go back on him Instagram for look what him actually say, him delete it.
Yeah, it was edited. But to be honest, when
If
you
him
look at
say that though, that's a disgrace.
yes, when you look at the 2017 squad, how much of those players could participated in this campaign? Because if I'm not wrong, most of those players were over 30 years old. And most of them right now, not in any shape playing any ball. So how does he expect that set of players could continue until now? The problem we are
Hold on. Go on. Me sorry
Yeah.
for cut you, go on. Me sorry for cut you. Me no mean no offense when me cut you. Write down your point in your brain and don't forget it. See?
Yeah.
Me just find a screenshot. Big up military gunner. Me just find a screenshot with what Darren Mattax actually said. See? You know, so I'm going to do a video upon this. One thing me know by the hands of God, when me serve, when me a play in a CONCACAF, teams have a feel it. Canada kept their team or system together for years and now leading with 22 points. And as for us, or should I say, now them, joke team. What that mean? What do you mean by should I say now them? I'm going to do a video on that. That is disgraceful. Me very. And you know what's crazy? Another first time Mattax says something like this, that is possibly divisive, You see, the thing is, Some man just vex and upset, Say them not have the Darren Mattocks right now does not have the quality to do the business for Jamaica in a World Cup qualifying cycle. He does not. Right? We rate and respect what Mattocks has done for us over the years. We rate and respect what Mattocks has done for us over the years. But right, and in his heyday, good baller. But right now, Mattocks cannot do it for us. And all that is taking place now is that the player just seemingly is lashing out because he can't get into the team. How you gonna get into the team over the likes of a Mikel Antonio and a Kemar Roof and them baller there where stitch a bag of goals at very high levels. Levels at which you have never played, much less stitch them rate of goals there. I'm going to do a video on that. Sorry, Kuan. Drop your point and continue, my boss.
No, so we are top of go ranks. You see, we are go ranks 2017 when he took over on the campaign. Where he go wrong? He should have used, if you're trying to build a core, you need to use some players not over the age of 25 and under. So by the time the next World Cup cycle come around, they will be 29, 28, 27. They are in their peak. He used a lot of old players who at the twilight of their career, trying to build a system around them. So 2 years later or 3 years later down the line, they're gonna fail because they were at the twilight of their career and you try to build a system around them. But when the qualifying come now, they are down, they are not at that peak anymore. So you have to keep running to look for players to fill that void where no chemistry would involve at that time. Cohesion, they would have to try to learn the system in that important time because there would be no more time to really build that chemistry and adapt to that style of play. So if he did use like some players who playing at a high level in the age group of like 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, even 26, and try to build them, they would be further ahead right now. But he used players who at the retire stage who soon retire. So what would you expect? What would he expect 3 years later down the line? Because the 2017 campaign, you did have Sean Francis.
Mm-hmm.
You did have the centre back, Jermaine Taylor. Jermaine Taylor. That defender from the East, he used to play for Georges when Georges was at the Premier League.
Oh, I know you talk. I don't remember his name, but I know you.
Yeah, he was using Haka, Romario Campbell, Darren Mattocks, Kemar Lawrence and Alva Spoil were there also. But how much of those players, and he was using some from Montego Bay United, like Owen Gardner and the next forward, Alan Atian, and next forward that was there. How much of those players in shape right now that could make a big difference? Most of them stop playing football, some level jobs. So I don't know what Darren Mattocks talking about. Tapa was the one who implemented a system and try build a core around some good players from then. So you would have a successful qualifying campaign right now.
Go on, Darren Mattocks is just upset because he's not in the squad.
But Darren Mattocks cannot add any value.
Hold on, but BS Deccan. What do you mean what's so bad about that coming? Right? And as for us, or should I say now them? Right, that is a player of standing, of status, and national player. You see, he's not retired as yet. He could very well feature for the national team at some stage down the line, right? One of the leading goal scorers of all time, right? Basically stirring up division, right? Look on all. Look, I mean, I'm looking at military Gunnar's Twitter thing now. By the way, big shout out for military Gunnar for you know screenshot this one, because as me say, you know, I saw I saw the actual video, you know, and as a matter of fact, if memory serves me right, I actually liked it because I was watching the video, you know, of him of the goal that he was scoring, you know. Me never actually read the caption. Right? So when I see the big hella balloon about what was said, me personally never thought about it because me never see it. And now me I see it from military gunner thing. And this is a disgrace. Right? O'Neill Fisher in the comment section. Facts. When I need glasses to see what I go and them divide with the conquer. Right? Hacker, Virgin, Hacker in first, yo, me see all when my boy that done El Salvador name, Kemal Malcolm.
Yeah.
Of course, Tul support this guy him in at the side. When Tul last play for Reggae Boyz in the on the pitch and nobody know where to find him. See, we have to look on the lineup, right? On Google for say Tul did actually there on the pitch. Hacker, of course, Hacker have to make theme voice be heard on it. Right? Facts broke clear as day 2017. That the 2017 side there would have even lost even more in this World Cup qualifying campaign. Right? At them the kind of ball game that we want to play in the qualifiers, where for the whole 90 minutes every man stuck up behind the ball. Drastic Seymour, welcome to the show, boss. Where are you?
Yale formula.
Where are you, boss?
Yeah, man.
Where have to say?
And go on and Karuma make some valid points, you know, some valid points in regards to the football. And you know, cohesive. Jamaica football in a little problem still, you know, it's in a problem. It now got just fixed overnight. My view on it is it start from the ground level, the production line. Where do we get the players from? Primary school, prep school, where the players been developed from in the right and proper way. And I've been to a lot of primary school and prep school game throughout the country, especially in the rural part. And the coach who is imparting the teaching is just for win. There's no development. The game is just for win. Even primary level is just winning at any cost. Out, long out, kick out. You know, like long ball, soccer club, you know. This is the way that most kids have brought up, especially in the rural part of the country. You go high school now, it's the same thing. Nobody want to win D Cup, want to win Manning Cup. Nobody knows about the player redevelopment.
Yeah.
And you move on to the club now, you have 12 Premier League clubs in Jamaica. And in the Premier League right now, you maybe find 4 clubs or 5 clubs, seriously speaking, that are really try to develop. The other 7 are just participating.
True.
Just participating. Just, you know,
Can't disagree with that.
Yeah, just because they want to be in the Premier League, it sounds good, and maybe it just participating. There's no seriousness behind it. It's just a hand to mouth, and you know, struggle them, so them can't afford it, but they want to be in it. And you find that the owners of these clubs, they don't want to be inclusive. They want to be, it's me, it's my club. So you find that no, they don't even want to go out there on the open. Like you used to have shows before the season start. They used to go on this 5 o'clock show used to come at evening time on RJR, upon 892 Sports Grill. So these are the interview these managers and these owners, and you really find one of them said, if you are there as a person or a company, we can sell you shares in this club. They want your sponsorship, but they don't want to be a part of the club. But they just want to come and sponsor, give them money, and they don't want to be exclusive, with everybody. They don't just want to hold your club. The club will always suffer because they can't find this 20 million to 30 million dollars to run it for a season. They cry. Players are not getting paid. So it's amateurship. You find 5 clubs doing a semi-pro, and then the other 7 clubs is doing amateurship straight. So then they can't produce players. Then when you go out now outside Jamaica, and you look like a Panama, you look at a Costa Rican league, you look at the Honduran league, El Salvador league, Guatemalan league. These are professional. These are semi-pros. So by the time the local player go and playing with these players, they're not playing Barbados, they're not playing Guyana. They're playing professional players who are living off the sports. They have more hours. They have more hours of practice. They have more hours of training. They have more hours of knowledge. Jamaica is just athleticism and bully and kick on a salad and pile, and that's football. They don't know to organize themselves. It shows. When last Jamaican club team has done well in the Caribbean or Concacaf club system. When last, I mean, more than 10 years, we've seen a Jamaican club has done well, qualify for a second round or third round of a Concacaf Champions League or whatever league playing in Concacaf. They can't even afford it to go to participate. So I mean, it's in terrible state. I mean, you have 1 and 2 players leaving the country, yes. Every year maybe 2 players, 3 players leaving for MSL or some league in Europe, top 30 leagues in Europe. This is not bad. It's not, but it's not enough.
But it could improve.
Yeah,
It
you
could
have to have a long
improve.
way to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
It have a long way, You see clubs in Jamaica like you can call any club. I don't want to speak out on any club, but the last 2-3 years and they're not playing better this year. If you look at a club maybe 2018 and the same club now with the same set of players, and the club, the coach in Jamaica have a saying that we need time, and every time you talk to a local club, he said they want to go back to the Renaissance era 23 years ago, 25 years ago to be exact. And yeah, they want to have this player here like a club. They want to have a national team like a club. That don't work in modern football. If you have a good club structure and the player can leave his national team and go back to his club and don't go back to way down level, the level is still at a good level. He's still fit enough. He's still playing a good quality football. That's where the player can develop. You can develop 300 players at a good level. More than have like a 22-man here on a good level, train with a coach every day. And then when you go back to his club level is low, and he broke back into some bad habits. He got to come back and play a Panama, a Costa Rica. So he's gonna show up all of his bad habits. Can't concentrate. He's not fit. This Jamaican team is not fit. They can't run. They're not running. They're sluggish. It's out of season. Most of the players are out of season, especially in the USL, the MSL, even the Jamaican Premier League. It's just three rounds in. Whoever is playing, they're not fit players. And the one that were fit, the one that looks good, the one that were playing maybe in the Premier League, you see they kind of stand out because they have a little bit of quality.
Yeah. No, I think you're spot on, man.
Big up money on quality. Yeah, it have to fix, man. It have to fix, and it's to fix it. The club, it's not only JFF alone. The clubs and the coaches in Jamaica are responsible for producing quality players. It's just like the coaches in Jamaica, whose athletic scene are responsible to produce put the coach, but and the players, the coach, and the together. Coaches in Symposium. Everyone's in Jamaica have this little thing and they hide this little knowledge. There's no coaches coming together at the end of the year, at the end of the season.
Yeah. That's an
how can they move the
accusation
league.
against. Yeah. I've heard that accusation I've heard that accusation a number of times. Yeah.
There's a few knowledgeable coaches, you know. There's a few knowledgeable coaches, but they keep their knowledge to themselves. And at the end of the year, there's no coaches symposium with all like a course across the country, 200 course country meeting in Pakistan. There's Cornwall Middlesex and Surrey meeting. There's no development. There's no 1 week coaching course for them little self or development or to have a knowledge and how the game is going. And every player in the Premier League feel that he's the best thing since sliced bread, but what he's doing it against Jamaica. He's doing against Jamaicans. The best player, the best CDM in the last season JPL. It was Evolution. Name from Ravel. He was the best CDM in the league. I said Lucia National. If that guy was Jamaican, that guy would play over Speedy. He's better than Speedy. That's St. Lucian guy. Droxley. His name is Droxley. Something at the start. He's St. Lucian. Was like this
Drastic.
This guy play for the Jamaica team. He's not a CD, but he pressure all the time.
Drastic. Your internet
Going
really
forward,
bad doing now.
Turn sideways and back.
Drastic.
Only to get
you hearing me? Drastic, you hearing me?
Yeah.
You hearing me, Drastic? I'm saying your internet, it kind of get really chippy. Really, really bad.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's just a shame because you're making some very solid points, man. You're making some very solid points. But I agree with you, though. I agree with you on everything. I think you're spot on. You know, I think a number of things in our football need to improve, and those are definitely at the forefront. You know, I agree with you 100% where that is concerned. When I get nothing out of Drastic at this point in time, Drastic gone. My vibe kind of broke from a see that poster, though. My vibe kind of broke. You know, so, you know, this was supposed to be a preview to Jamaica versus Costa Rica. Can't see a big upcoming game tonight because, you know, there's nothing to play for really other than pride and just to honor the fixtures. But I will say that I don't think we should expect, you know, the Costa Rican team that played us the last time around. I think it will be a different midfield altogether. You know, they have been introducing some young, fresh blood into their midfield in the World Cup qualification round, and you can see where it has significantly improved the engine of the Costa Rican team, and their results have improved as well. You know, they don't give you a lot of time and space on the ball. They defend very compact. They get the ball in wide areas and they try to hurt you. And, you know, they have been getting results of late. And they, you know, if they get 3 points tonight, you know, they will be right behind Panama, especially if results don't go Panama's way. So they are still in the hunt, so they will be coming all guns blazing, I should think. I heard they got into the island either this morning or last night. You know, something like that. So I don't know if that will work against them. You know, hopefully it does. You know, hopefully it does. Even though we don't have much to play for, we still want to. You know, it would be nice for we can. It would look away if we go through the qualifiers and we only win one game. It would be nice if we can win another game, man. It would be nice if we can win another game. May I go get the panelists' final say on the upcoming game tonight. Q1, what you have to say, boss, about the just your final thoughts on the game tonight?
Well, I am just expecting that they just go out and showcase what they can offer. So anyone, I would say, like, anyone want to be a part of the next cycle going forward from years. The 4 games that left on, they should just go out there and showcase what they can offer. And if they really need to be a part of the team, so they can help improve it. So these remaining games should be to see players who you would use going on from here and try to use it to build a system. They should just use this game as a system builder and try to implement a strategy and style of play.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Just me that give you a final saying about your internet not really look like it's so wonderful, you know. Very chippy.
Oh, you know, hear me?
Very. All right, you're so all right now. What your final thoughts on the upcoming game tonight?
The upcoming game tonight, you know, World Cup qualifying, you know, is war, you know, it's country against country, you know. It's not a pretty show, it's not a pretty one. It's war, literally, you know, it's country against country. It's a game, but it's war. You have to go out there, fight literally, and everything, sweat, everything on the field. Notice in our last couple 2 games against United States and against Mexico, our players are talking to the opposition coach and whispering and all that, and American coach was touching our players and throw out and throw in like a friend things at a friendly game. It's war. You have to go out there and fight. You understand? And not talk from a player and an opposition. You know, this is your home. You're at your home. This is your advantage. You have to go out there and impose yourself. Open a man's face. You understand? Don't take a red card, but open a player face. You have to go and attack them. Let them respond to your attack. You cannot defend in your home. And I'm going to come in your backyard and open your face and I'll come at you. 11v11, you understand? 22 foot, 22-1, and 11 per each team, and 11-8 per each team. So no man no more than a man. You understand? So you have to go out there and fight, up in his face, make him intimidate him. Any means because it's a point. You look out, no matter how points come out, at 3 points, and just go for it. You understand? That's how I have to say. And the man have to find a way of it. Bounce and move. Bounce, basic, you know. You can't be Jamaica, can't play the basic football with like a scrimmage. Just bounce and move. Pass and move.
Yeah.
And move. You so, I can't believe it. You know, pick up side is a pick up side. So you sometimes some player come on an even ball game, I still pick up side, you don't know him, but you bounce and move. And if you lose the ball, you just try to recover. But you have to bounce and move still. You can't bounce and static. And I look on the next one, you're afraid to collect your ball. And you have international football, you're afraid to receive a pass. That means you're not ready, man. You have to go back home and go and play some amateur shit, man. You understand? You're fit, you're mobile, you're supposed to bounce and move. Have the basic control and pass. And that will have basic control and pass movements. Hope them all the best still, just fight, you know. Just fight. Okay? You can't give up. They're outside, pretty much outside. Mathematically, them still about in reality, them outside. So them have just fight and make it look good there. Just give a show.
Some pride to the nation.
Yeah, some pride, you know. A man can feel like we're 3 and we're going somewhere for the upcoming Nation League, whatever, you know. And hopefully some of the players them. Pinnock is what, 27-year-old?
Yeah, round 20. Yeah.
Yeah. So and the other young man we got Chris Stoke, how much? The other defender. I can't remember his name.
Liam Moore about 29 or something like that.
29. So
he probably have another side. Probably.
Yeah, we have King and someone to start play with them, you know. Cause Low have some bad habit and you know Low look like him to play midfield to me. He not feel like a defender to me. Low look like him might go tackle, he might run down the game and him not patient with the game, and him tackle man all in a other man last quarter, and you sent off. Imagine that you get a red card in a man last third. And you sent off. It's like a corner kick, and you're up there, It's not like a corner kick and you're up there, It's an open play and you're gone in the man last third. Can get a it's just like the brain, playing the brain. We have to start playing football with brain as local players and whatever, overseas. What's use rugby? Can't get a red card in a man last third. And an open play. You rush past the midfielder, them gonna tackle him. I get a red card. This mean I use a brain. It's a smart. You have to be smart in playing football too.
Yeah.
Formula and the program, I know it can do man doom, but we can play some ball. I watch South American thing and Asian thing said we because football we love, Big up on the thing. Go on, big up.
Yeah, man.
Big up.
Yeah, man, Justy. Blessings, Justy. Tennessee, we're getting out of here now, but we're giving you a final word.
Yeah, no, I don't want to think more about Formula because we can't understand how them man they feel like they're entitled to be in a team. Because the previous coach used to pick them, whether they play ball or not, he still bring them in a team. See? So we can't understand why you're in a national team. Almost 2 years you're in a team. But you come now and say, I beat the chest, I say, if you mean a team, the team would have do better. And I like how you play Manchester United now. You mean play the MLS and you play USL. You see me I say?
Yeah,
man. You man, they need to relax, man. And I feel say quicker Jamaica can get rid of some of these players. I bet I shall go be in the program. You see me I say?
Yeah.
Because man, they come as
the level of ignorance in the statement, man. The statement just wrong past so many levels, man. Me never know which part to begin, man. The statement is just wrong on so many levels. It is a disgrace. It's a
man. You understand? We just can't, because Whitmore Aka from us about 2017, he never tried to look at young CDM bringing a team. He just have Aka with the Aka players and just Aka alone. So that's why you find say now, when the team enter World Cup qualifying, you just see my success about CM 2017 team. Aka part of the team there. And you see Aka now they have as CDM because Whitmore never look for nobody else. He just use Aka alone. When them a play for a club or not, I just Aka alone. So that's why we end up in a position where we end up in. Yeah, man. So, family, big up yourself, man. I'm there go and listen. Come work and things, eh?
Yeah, man, tennis. Yeah, all right. Blessings.
All right, big up yourself.
Yeah,
big up, Cohen.
Big up.
All right. Go on, react.
When you look at it, everyone gonna say the league out here need to develop, But that still does make it be a part, like it is the cause why Jamaica don't qualify.
Agreed.
Because when you look at Curacao team, Curacao, if Curacao was in Jamaica position right now, in this final round, Curacao would have a chance right now.
Yeah, man, me agree with that.
Because when I watch a match with Curacao and Panama, and the only reason why Curacao didn't beat Panama, they lack a striker.
Yeah.
They didn't have a striker.
Yeah.
But Curacao is playing way better football than Jamaica. And Curacao
I watched both the home and away leg of Curacao versus Panama in the previous World Cup qualifying round. The games that Panama would have won to have gotten into this final round. And may I tell you, Curacao matched them. It was in terms of the run of play.
Yes.
Curacao was very, very competitive. I actually think the hype should have been more around Curacao than it should have been around Suriname.
Yes, because Curacao is a way better team than Suriname. You have a player by the name of Juninho Bakina. I haven't seen none of these players playing like Juninho Bakina right now. Bakuna,
yeah.
He's a very good player. And that's a midfielder that Jamaica lack. Because Jamaica does not have a midfielder like Juninho Bakuna.
Good player, man. Good. Curacao is a dangerous little team, man. Dangerous little team.
if Mikel Antonio did have a player like Bakuna to play with, you would see more of Mikel Antonio right now. But he hasn't getting any help. And that's what caused him to blunder. He needs support. And this is the easiest campaign Jamaica will ever have. Because the next one, it's going to even be more competitive than this one, even though USA and Canada and Mexico not going to be a part of it. It's going to be more competitive because Curacao, Suriname, those teams, billing. Honduras have a good under-23 team that went to the Olympic. In the next cycle, they will be at their peak.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So if Jamaica
we need to
fail again,
pull up our socks.
If Jamaica fail again to build around some good quality player, they should try to get some good quality players from now.
Yeah.
Try to get Reese, Oxford, Oregoni, Ethan Laird, because I watch him, even though he's at League One, not Championship. I think it's League One.
And no, I think he's in the championship, man.
He's a good right back, you know. He's a good player. He's a very good player.
To be honest with you, I can't tell you much about Ethan Laird.
I watch him. He's a very good player.
Okay, I need to educate myself more on that particular player. I
they
don't
need
know
to
much
get
about
these players and try to build a core on these quality players, and then going forward to interject 1 and 2 more, because you're not gonna have the same 23-man squad calling up each window. No international team does that.
Yeah.
Yes, so you have a core set of player like, for instance, you want to make 13 player be the core, and then each window you try to look at 1 and 2 new players, because you keep having players rising as the time go by. So that's where they have to look. Just try to get some good players and build a system, and then you interject. You cannot have each window coming up and you have 20 different players. Nowhere it cannot work.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It cannot work. They have to try and use. Even people gonna talk about if you dash away most of these players. What about the Nation League? They are already be losing. They are losing already. So I don't know why people keep talking about ranking gonna drop. It's already dropping.
Yeah.
No, it's different.
But we have to build. We have to start from somewhere. We have to try and build a solid foundation.
Because even if you get Pep Guardiola to come to Jamaica right now, most of these players cannot play into his system, cannot play his style of play.
Yeah, they're not those type of players.
Sometimes it not have to do with coaching, but you need the player also to play that system.
And Curacao is improving their coaching licenses as well. They're investing heavily into that as well. So
Curacao gonna be a side to reckon with. Just watch.
Yeah, man. No,
just
man.
watch.
That's facts.
And Suriname, you have to watch out for Suriname also.
It's a matter of time before Curacao becomes the top dog in Concacaf, in the Caribbean rather. And Matty, you hear me say, mark my words. Remember formula say, it's a matter of time before Curacao becomes the top dog in Concacaf. Because here's the thing, we love to talk about our diaspora, but Curacao have them diaspora as well, and they are investing heavily into their footballing program, and their federation is far more professional and far more purposeful in how they go about recruiting these Dutch players, these Dutch born players. Right? They recruit them and they bring them in quickly, and they're gonna try and put together a solid squad and build towards the next World Cup qualifying cycle with a very good coach. So Curacao is only a matter of time before they become the top dog in the Caribbean. They're gonna continue to rise, and unfortunately, we're gonna fall. We're gonna be falling in the rankings, man. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. All right. So we're getting out of here now. You know, again, even though we can't qualify for Qatar, it would be good to see the boys, you know, put together a decent performance and try and get 3 points in this game. It's gonna be difficult because this Costa Rican team is, you know, slightly different from more than likely will be slightly different from the one that we played. You know, I've been noticing that they have a far greater engine in midfield than they did when we previously played them. One area that we can look to you know, hurt them is on the wings. They struggle in you know, dealing with plays coming down wide channels. You know, they have conceded. Even when we played them, that's how we scored. You know, remember that cross from Taxi and that header from Boza. So, you know, it's gonna be a tough game, but hopefully we can pull through and get all 3 points. So guys,
but before you go, I have one thing to say. I believe Mexico or United States will involve in that playoff. One of them, I don't know which one, but
Mexico or
I
US?
think, yes, one of them gonna end up playing the playoff.
You think so?
Because I think Panama gonna finish third. I don't know who gonna Canada gonna get this first spot. I don't know who gonna get the second, but Mexico or United States gonna play that playoff.
All right. Because we are go when it's all said and done, you know, Q1, we are gonna remember you know.
Yeah,
So
man,
let us
Panama. Because Mexico not gonna beat Panama tonight.
All right. Let us see. So guys, thanks to all the panelists for jumping on. Q1, big up yourself, boss. Thanks for being here, much appreciated. Coach Karum was here earlier. Shavan forward, but Shavan never say a word. You know, Shavan was here earlier as well. Who else was here? Tennessee had jumped on late, and also my boss. What's his name again, man? Oh God, man, totally forget his name. Mario Minter said Q1 a star. Yeah, man, read Q1, man. Q1 a good youth, man. When my boss did, yo, that's why I don't like names, you know. I totally forget my boss name, man. What's his name again, man? Drastic, yeah, man. Drastic was also Drastic Seymour as well. Was also a panelist on the show as well. So guys, thanks to all the viewers as well. Thanks to all the commenters. Much appreciated. Watch along. Going to start probably around 6:30. 6:30 I usually start about half an hour before the match starts, so you guys can check that out as well. So guys, take care. Stay safe, guys. And until next time.